Hello YouTube family and welcome to another video. If you are new here, hi, my name is Charlotte. I am a online coach, in-person personal trainer, as well as a fitness Instagram or whatever you want to call me. And if you are not new here, well hi, I'm glad that you are here still as well. Today I have kind of a different sort of video. So as some of you watching this may remember, about 3 weeks ago I mentioned on my Instagram story that I was no longer wearing my Fitbit, and I'm sitting here realizing that I probably should have actually had my Fitbit here with me, but whatever. I'll just tell you guys, I have a Fitbit Versa, the original version, and I had been wearing it I bought it in September of 2018, and I wore it literally every single day since I got it. Before that, I had a Fitbit Alta, I want to say. I think, yes. Yeah, which I had bought in 2017 at some point. And before that, I had another kind of Fitbit as well, but I don't remember the type. But the long story short is that I had been wearing my Fitbit basically for about 3 years, nonstop, until 3 weeks ago, like I said. So today's video is kind of going to be talking about that whole thing, why I decided to stop wearing it, kind of what has changed since then, and just sort of my thoughts moving forward. So I kind of just want to start by talking about why I made the decision to take it off. I do have some notes written down so that I don't forget anything, and honestly I feel like I probably still will forget some things, but whatever. But anyway, so sort of starting off why I decided to stop wearing it. And ultimately it kind of came down to, I was just sitting on my couch and I really something inside of me was telling me Charlotte, you need to take this off, you need a break. My wrist had started to feel really weird. So my wrist had started to feel really sensitive and sore. And I remember I took it off one day and I was sitting there and I kind of was moving my wrists back and forth like this. And the wrist that my Fitbit was on felt very fragile and weird, and it kind of hurt to the touch. And those feelings have since subsided. Now I will say if I squeeze on my wrist really hard, it does feel a little bit weird, I'm not gonna lie. So yeah, basically I became very hyper aware of the fact that my wrist felt really weird. So that was a big driving force in why I decided to take it off. Now, moving into the more personal reasons as to why I made that decision. So I felt the need to do more activity than my body necessarily was asking me for. And I just want to say, I am not demonizing Fitbits whatsoever. Like I said, I've worn them for 3 years, and this is not to say that I will never put it back on again. This is just to say that this is a time in my life right now where I'm choosing not to wear it. But I love Fitbits. I think they definitely have a purpose for a lot of people. I think for a lot of people who are not super active during the day, they are an excellent reminder to be more active. But for somebody like myself who is already very active during the day, that other external reminder just didn't feel very necessary. And kind of like I was saying, I was moving more throughout the day just because the watch was telling me to, and not because my body was asking for more activity. In fact, I think a lot of the time my body was asking for less, and I was I was just moving more than I needed to. And it that for some reason to me, when I kind of realized that I was doing that didn't feel right to me. I am, like I said, somebody who is already very active during the day. I'm never just super sedentary because I do like to stay on my feet. But I felt like I was doing a lot more of that, and I remember one day I finished my workout and my watch I wasn't happy with the number of calories that I had burned, so I literally started cleaning my house as an excuse to burn more calories because the watch was telling me to, and that's just so wrong and so unhealthy and just not a mentality that I want to be in at all. So the second that I realized that I was doing that, I was like, whoa, Charlotte, you need to reevaluate. You need to take a step back and take this device, just take it off and just take a break and just give yourself a little bit of a reset. Now, Another thing is that I just really just forgot what it was like to not have it on. And I especially forgot what it was like to be in the gym without having it on. And I literally could not remember the last time I worked out without having that data. And you know, for a while, especially right as I was getting started, the data was really, really helpful and I thought it was really motivating. But the longer that it went on, the more I was like, am I even working out because I enjoy this, or am I working out because I'm just in the routine and my watch is telling me to? Which is silly because I love being active and I love moving my body and I love training. But it almost felt like I had become very robotic about it. And I think that a big reason for that was because of the watch's influence. And like I said, this is not to demonize Fitbits whatsoever. This is just where my relationship with the watch was at the time. And it just did not feel like a good spot for me mentally. And the device just wasn't really adding anything to my life anymore. I just needed to step back. So when I kind of sat down and I thought about all this, I was like, this is just something about this. It's not, like I said, it's not benefiting me. It's not making me feel like a healthier human being. So it just seemed like it was time to step away from it. So that's kind of why I made the decision to take it off. Now I kind of want to talk about what sort of changed since then. And I don't want to say that a lot has changed, but I definitely do feel a lot. I feel like my relationship with exercise is a lot different, and I feel like my relationship and my awareness of myself has improved a lot. So definitely I will say the first couple of days were really, really, really weird. I remember for some reason, like every time I like sit down to pee, I like always check my watch. I don't know why, but like for the longest time, like every single time I would sit down to pee, I would just go like this, even though there was nothing there. And it was just like, I did it all the time. And it took me so long to get used to like not starting and stopping my workouts on my watch. For the first week or so, I would literally reach down and like try to like press the side, just because I was so used to doing that. And it felt really weird. And for the first couple of days, like my workouts, I was like, I almost had the thought of like, this feels like it doesn't even count because I wasn't wearing my watch. And I was like, I just feel like I should just put it back on. But I made myself sort of push through that mentality because it was so important to me to reconnect with what exercise feels like when there's not a numerical value associated with it. When all I really focus on is how I feel, and I don't know, just moving because it feels good and moving because my body wants me to move and not because I feel obligated to because of a watch. So yeah, I think that's been kind of like the biggest shift, is sort of my mentality about my training. And a lot of it also, I think a lot of it comes down to also being a little bit less worried about my daily activity. So I no longer feel so obligated to move throughout the day. Like if one day I do have a day where I'm a lot more sedentary, or like, I don't know, Zach and I on Sundays, we love just like laying around and being lazy. And when I was wearing my Fitbit, I would feel so guilty about it because my step count would be a lot lower, my calories burned throughout the day would be a lot lower, and I was like, it was a big mental game for me to be okay with like, okay, like, Charlotte, if you want to take a day and relax and hang out with your boyfriend and sit on the couch, like, that's fine. You're not a bad person for that. Like, you're allowed to relax. And getting that through my mind was always really challenging when I was wearing the watch, but I think that I've been able to detach from that mentality a lot and really been able to relax a lot more since taking it off. And I think it's just been really good to sort of reconnect with like how I feel as a whole. I think I'm a lot more in tune with my soreness levels, how my body's responding to certain workouts. If I am hungrier in a day, I actually think that I'm a lot more in tune with my appetite as well, which feels really, really, really cool because I have felt really out of tune with my appetite for a while. And I don't really know why that is. I think a lot of it also comes down to the fact that I am working with a coach now who is doing my nutrition, so that I am less focused on, I am less worried about it. I just like do what she tells me to do. So I feel a lot less stressed about that. So I think that not having that, like the number for me that was always the biggest issue with the watch, I never really, like, yes, I always cared about hitting my steps, but a big thing for me was like the calories burned throughout the entire day. And for some reason the number like 2,400, like, if I didn't, like, I needed to hit that number every day. And that's so ridiculous because A, the numbers aren't accurate, and B, like, why does, like, why does that number mean so much to me? And why am I putting so much weight on that? And if I don't hit that number, like, I'm not less worthy of a human being, and it's not accurate to begin with, so why does it matter? So just disconnecting with that and, like, understanding that, like, every day I'm going to move a different amount. Every day my energy expenditure is going to be slightly different. So it doesn't really matter what the watch is telling me. I don't know. Like I said, it's been a very interesting mental shift for me. And honestly, I don't even know if a lot of what I'm saying is even making sense. But I think just being able to be a lot more aware of myself, and not, because I think that a lot of my awareness before, I placed a lot of weight in what the watch was telling me. So, like, depending on what it would say, I would kind of base how I was feeling on that versus actually worrying about how I was genuinely feeling. I think just being able to sort of reconnect with myself in that way has been amazing. And I think that I enjoy my training a lot more. And I think that I overall just feel a lot more in tune with myself, which like I said, feels so cool because I really had lost sight of that for a really long time. And like I said, I've said this a couple times, I'm not trying to demonize Fitbits whatsoever. If you are somebody who you feel like it is really adding to your life and it feels really good for you, like, I think that that's awesome because that was me for a long time. I do think that it was really beneficial for me. But like I said, it just got to the point where I already know that I'm an active person every day. I already know that I am very established in my habits and in my fitness journey. And I don't feel like I'm at risk of kind of, like, losing sight of that, mostly because, like, it's my job at this point, and I love it so much. So having that external reminder to, like, be active and to do a certain amount of movement during the day wasn't really making me better anymore. At that point, it was almost holding me back, because I kind of got to because I'm at the point in my fitness journey where becoming more in tune with myself is sort of the way that I'm going to be successful, because I already have these good habits in place. So by being more in tune with myself, I can get a lot more done. So by removing that aspect of technology, I am able to get more in tune with myself. So kind of where my head is at moving forward with all of this is, I do think that I need more time without it. That's not to say that I will never put it back on again. By any means, this could change at any time. However, I definitely do think that I need some more time without it. Because I really do. I am really enjoying training without feeling like the number of calories burned is affecting my psyche. Because, you know, for a really long time, if my calories burned in a workout, like, wasn't high enough by the end, I, like, my perception of the workout would be different. Like, I would feel like I had a really good workout, and then my Fitbit would tell me I only burned, like, X amount of calories, and I was like, okay, well, then that workout was a wash. And it's like, okay, no, but I felt like I had a really good workout, so why am I telling myself that it wasn't a good workout because the watch is telling me I didn't burn a certain amount of calories, but I still know it was a really good workout? Like, do you see what I'm saying? So, like, I think that just being able to reconnect with that side and, like being able to know what a really good training session feels like because it feels really good in my body, like, that is so powerful. And that's something that, like, I really have, like, come to appreciate in the last couple of weeks. And, you know, there are some things about it that I do miss. Like, I really miss the sleep data. I thought that it was really useful information to have. However, I also would have days where I would feel like I got really good sleep, and then I would look at the Fitbit data and it would say that, like, I got really bad sleep, and I was like, okay, well, I guess I'm just tired then because I didn't sleep that well. Even though, like, I physically felt like I got good, like, I felt rested. And obviously, you know, not everybody is in this position, and not everybody, like, put as much weight in their Fitbit as, like, I probably did. And like I said, I wore it for a really, really, really long time, so it became a really big part of my identity and my, like, perception of fitness and my fitness, in my position in fitness, I guess, which is so silly because it's for me, like it's not for a watch, which is something that I am very much grateful for now, and something that I'm grateful to have had the chance to reconnect with. And I think I've been able to get a lot more out of like everything in terms of my fitness journey. And that's not to say that, like I said, it's not to say that I will never put it back on again. But I don't know, I just really like how I feel right now without it. So yeah, I don't know. That's kind of like my long Fitbit story, I guess. And I'm not gonna lie, it took a really long time to adjust to not wearing it. It took probably up until a couple of days ago, when I was sick and I kind of realized like, oh, I hadn't even thought about this, which is really nice because I was sick for 3 days and I literally didn't get off the couch and I didn't have my watch to like, and I think that had I been wearing the watch while that was taking place, I would have been a lot more stressed out about the whole thing, and I think that I would have felt really guilty for just sitting around all day even though I was sick and I needed to. But again, I would have looked down and seen that like, oh, I only burned X amount of calories, and so I suck basically, even though I had the flu, so obviously I had no right to be up and about. Long story short, Fitbit, I needed a mental break. I needed it. Loved the device with all my heart. The Versa is an incredible watch. If you are in the market for a Fitbit, I would recommend the Versa. It's a great device. Personally, just needed to step away. And yeah, now we're just gonna see what happens in the next couple of days, weeks, months, whatever. I do plan on keeping it off for at least the next couple of weeks. I don't know, I basically think that just having this time has really allowed me to improve my relationship with myself, and my level of self-awareness has increased. So yeah, it's definitely been worth it. I've learned a lot, and I am very interested to see kind of how my mentality continues to change over time, and I definitely will continue to update you guys moving forward. I don't think I'll do another like full video about this. But yeah, definitely like on Instagram and stuff, I'll keep you guys posted if I do put it back on, if my thoughts continue to change as time goes on. And yeah, so that's kind of just my big picture. I did see if you guys had any questions, so I'm just gonna check one more time. Yeah, somebody asked if I noticed a difference in my workouts, and I think I did answer that. I definitely do think my workouts have been better because I'm not looking at my watch all the time, and I feel like I'm more focused during my workouts. I've also kind of made a point to like be on my phone less, and I do keep a training journal, so I'm kind of just trying to like disconnect from technology during my workouts as much as I can, which has been really enjoyable for me overall. Do I feel like my workouts of a whole, like, am I getting stronger? I wouldn't necessarily say that. Like I wouldn't say I'm getting stronger faster because I'm not wearing my Fitbit or anything like that. But yeah, I definitely do think that I am more focused, and I've been able to enjoy my workouts a lot more. Have you adjusted your eating habits since I stopped wearing it? Yeah, like I said, my coach does my nutrition, so I don't really think about my eating habits. I will say that my food has increased since I took it off, but I wouldn't say that's a result of the Fitbit. Did you obsess over the number of calories you were burning while working out? I wasn't the type of person to like look at my watch and like continue to burn calories until I hit a certain number. But like I said, I would let it impact like how I felt that a workout went. So I would, like I said, if I would have felt like a workout went really well, but if my Fitbit didn't say that I burned enough calories, I instantly would be like, okay, well, just wasn't a good workout, and that's just so ridiculous. Because if a workout was good, it was good. Like, it doesn't matter how many calories you burn. Literally, it doesn't matter. If it feels like if it felt good for you, then it was a great workout. That's what matters. So yeah, that's kind of how it affected that. Yeah, I think that's it. So yeah, that's kind of my Fitbit story, and I do just want to reiterate, like for like the 9th time, that I am not demonizing Fitbits at all. I don't want you to watch this and feel like you have to go take your Fitbit off. This is just what happened to me. This was just my personal experience, and a lot of it was just about my mental well-being more than anything. So yeah, please don't think that I'm telling you to go take off your Fitbit. Absolutely not. I think they do have a time and a place in a lot of people's lives. I think they are an amazing tool, especially if you are just getting started on your journey, and it's something that's really helping you stay motivated. I think they are amazing for that. I think Fitbit is an incredible, I love Fitbit. Like I said, I will always continue to like support them. Like I said, I may put it back on in the future, who knows. I don't necessarily see that for myself at this time, but never say never. And like I said, if you think that it is like a great device for you, like please continue. It was very, very, very helpful for me, especially as I was getting started, and it was very motivating for me. And it did help me stay consistent. All right, the camera overheated, as it does every single time. But yeah, I kind of just wanted to, I don't even remember what I was saying. But yeah, basically, long story short, Fitbit, took it off. Don't know if I'm ever gonna put it back on. I might, who knows. That's not to say Fitbits are not great devices, because they are. And if you think that it is helping you in your journey, great. It helped me on mine for a really long time. Just kind of became time to take it off for the betterment of my well-being. So yeah, I hope this video was helpful in some way, or interesting, or something. I don't know. I am so hungry. I seriously think I'm gonna throw up, and it just hit me like a ton of bricks about 10 seconds ago. So that's great. But yeah, so I'm gonna wrap this video up here. I hope you guys did enjoy it. I hope it was somewhat entertaining or interesting. And yeah, if you are new here, make sure you hit the subscribe button below, hit the notification button so that you don't miss another video. Hopefully I will have another one up for you guys very soon. And yeah, hit the thumbs up button as well if you did enjoy it. Leave a comment if you have any questions. Let me know what kind of videos you guys want to see in the future. And yeah, I think that's it. One of the other things all YouTubers say. But yeah, thank you so much for watching. I hope you are having a wonderful day wherever you are in the world. And I will see you guys in another one, hopefully very, very, very soon.